Hello and welcome to the online English classes for grade 11. Last time we were doing the explanation of the first part of the chapter 2, the address by Maga Mingu. So here we did discuss about the first three the main characters of the story, that is narrator, who is the daughter, and Mrs. S, who is narrator's mother, and Mrs. Dolling, one of the acquaintances of Mrs. S. Now what we did was read was that the narrator, she comes across the house that the address was given to her by her mother of Mrs. Dolling, and when the and she's told that that Mrs. Dolling was quite an acquaintance to the mother. Now she wishes to meet her, and but when she visits the daughter she visits is she's shown an indifferent attitude by Mrs. Dolling. She doesn't want to meet the narrator, and she didn't show a sign of recognition. But the narrator, she caught a glimpse of her cardigan, the green cardigan she was wearing, and she remembered that it was knitted by her mother and it belonged to her mother herself. Then she realized that someone was watching her from the window, but then she realized that it could be Mrs. Dolling only, because she didn't show a sign and there was something that she was kind of afraid. Then the daughter, she remembers the narrator. The daughter, she remembers that what her mother had told her. She was told that Mrs. That she was in her own old acquaintance, and she was not only her old acquaintance, but she also every time she was visit her mother, Mrs. Dolling, she would take home things that were with the narrator's mother, and she always told that she would save the things because they were leaving Holland because of the World War. So the narrator's mother, she accepted the idea. She rather was obliged that she was carrying such heavy luggage whenever she was visiting them, and it was really risky during the war. It was not safe carrying such big suitcases filled with things to her home. But the narrator remembers when she met Mrs. Dolling. Now what she remembers is remembers because she was a child at that time, but she still remembers all the streets, all the houses that were built, and she was coming after a few years, but still she had a remembrance of all the things. Now initially this Mrs. Dolling, she was reluctant to meet the narrator. She didn't want to meet her because she was afraid of giving back all the belongings of her mother to the narrator. Then though she is reluctant, and the narrator, she decides that while going back to her home, she decides that I have to visit this lady again, and I wish to take away all my things back because they all belong to my mother and they all the remembrance of symbol of her memories. So she wanted to just have a look. She wanted to go back to Mrs. Dolling and visit her place, and she wanted to revive her memories with her mother. Then what happens is, then next time when the narrator, she visits the narrator, the Mrs. Dolling's house, then the door is opened by her daughter, and she opens the door and she lets the narrator in. Now Mrs. Dolling's daughter, she is almost 15 years old, and when she enters the house, she finds herself in the midst of old belongings, and she is oppressed, and she finds it very bad that all the things that belong to her mother were kept in a very tasteless manner, in just a rough manner. They were lying here and there, and the furniture, and there was a sort of a very stale smell coming from the place. So the tablecloth, the silver cutlery, and everything, they were just lying in a tasteless manner, in a useless manner. They were just kept here and there as if they were not required. Then then she says that when she visits the girl, she now starts serving her the tea, and she again remembers from the crockery which the girl she is serving the tea. She remembers that the tea, the crockery, all the crockery that belonged to her mother, and she cracked a joke about dinner in those antique plates. Now she also finds a burn mark on the tablecloth. She is depressed because the things were being used in a very rough manner, and they were just being roughly used and not taken care of properly. Then she also hinted to the girl that they missed the things, and they were not kept on proper places which they were to be. And then she remembers that she used to polish the silver cutlery for her mother, and then when she comes to know about the silver cutlery, the girl she tells the narrator that Mrs. Darling's daughter, she tells the narrator that we use it daily for eating purposes. Every day we eat in these silver cutlery only. The narrator is shocked. How can anybody use silver cutlery every day on normal days? Eating in the silver cutlery, they could be ruined. The thing could be ruined. They need to be preserved. They need to be polished and taken care of. So seeing all these things, seeing the bad attitude of Mrs. Darling and her daughter towards the belongings of her mother, she wishes not to come back again, not to and what at the end she just resolutes that she should not stay there anymore. She feels really bad of the tasteless thing, of the tasteless way the things were being created, the unnecessary, they were taken just for granted. But now what she decides is not to stay there at that place and see the worthlessness of the things, of the belongings of narrator's mother. The dress was, now then at the end she says is the dress was correct, but the narrator didn't want to remember it anymore. She felt that the objects were linked to memory of a time which no longer existed, because her mother was dead and the memories, they have all faded away. The things, they were useless because she is no more, and they are just memories, and they were more painful seeing them being badly used by Mrs. Darling and her daughter. They had lost their value in a strange surrounding because they were kept in a surrounding that didn't belong to the narrator, and they were also used in a worthless manner. Their worth was, they didn't have the worth of those belongings. Now then she comforts herself at the end by thinking that her present house was too small to accommodate all the old stuff. And then she goes to bring all the things, all the belongings of her mother back, but then she decides that she doesn't want to, because they were being she was being nostalgic also. And at the end what she does is she regrets going there, and she doesn't want to bring the things that belong to her mother. She leaves the house and all the belongings back. She believes that she would be happy with her mother's memories that still haunt her, that they are still there with her. She would be keep herself sustained, content with those memory itself. So this is of the story in short about The Address by Margot Minko. Thank you.